I'm Savannah from Gwinnett County Public Library, and I have a special guest today. He's a local sushi chef, and he's going to be showing us how to make a sushi roll.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and I'm a sushi chef here at Fusion Asian Bistro.
What are we going to be making today?
Today we're going to be making a California roll, one of the more popular rolls served here.
That's my favorite. What do we need to get started?
We're going to need some sushi rice, sesame seeds, crab stick, avocados, cucumber, a sushi mat, some seaweed, and we're going to need a very sharp knife.
Now that we have all of our supplies, how do we begin?
Well, Savannah, we're going to need to take our nori, aka sheet of seaweed, and we're going to need to apply some rice. So let's go ahead and grab us a nice little handful, about this size. That's perfect. So you're going to set it down on your seaweed, and you're going to spread it out and cover the whole sheet. Now there's many ways you can do this. Just do the method that's easiest for you. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to take our sesame seeds and we're going to add it to the top. There you go. Perfect. So now we're going to flip over our sheet and we're going to start adding ingredients. So let's start with the avocados. Let's go ahead and take 2 slices and lay it across like so. Perfect. We're going to take a little bit of cucumber and we're going to do the same thing. You want to make it nice and even so each bite is perfect. Okay, and we're going to take 2 pieces of crab stick and do the same thing. It should look something like that. Perfect. And now the last part is we're going to want to start to roll. So let's get rolling. You're going to tuck in the sushi and start forming it around. And once you have that right here, you're going to close it. That's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to take our sushi mat and we're going to start forming our sushi roll. So it looks all pretty. So you want to squeeze it in gently and push down on the top to make that shape. And it should look something like that.
It's harder than it looks.
You did great. All right, so last but not least, we just got to cut our sushi roll into 8 pieces and plate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our sharp knife, be careful, we're going to cut down right in the middle. You want to do some long slices. Cut through perfect. There you go. Now we're going to set it and lay them atop across each other. And we're going to cut it in half again. Here we go. There you go. Perfect. And then we're going to do it again. And you should have 8 pieces. Wonderful. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us today. I had lots of fun.
Thanks for having me. Good luck on your sushi making adventures.
Now that we've learned how to make a modern day sushi roll, I thought I'd jump into a little history and background, because sushi didn't always look the way it does today. The concept of sushi was likely introduced to Japan during the 9th century and became popular as Buddhism spread. The Buddhist dietary practice of abstaining from meat meant that many Japanese people turned to fish as a staple of their diet. The Japanese are credited with first preparing sushi as a complete dish, eating the fermented rice together with the preserved fish. The combination of rice and fish is known as nare-zushi, or aged sushi. To prepare, they would take the fish, gut it, rub it with salt, and pickle it in a wooden barrel for a few months. After that, they would scrape the salt off and then stuff the belly with rice. Dozens of rice-stuffed fish would be packed in a wooden barrel and then weighed down with a heavy stone. The fish would sit for a year before being cracked open for consumption. No one ate the rice at the time, only the fish. Nare-zushi later evolved into han-nare-sushi. The only difference between the process of making han-nare-sushi and the nare-sushi is the fermentation time. Instead of a year, the barrels holding the fermenting fish would be cracked open within the month, and people would actually eat the rice with the fish instead of throwing it out. The rice had a sour taste to it because of the presence of lactic acid, which the people had begun to appreciate due to the rise in the vinegar industry at the time. Han-nare sushi eventually became Edo mae sushi. It would be prepared quickly with fresh fish from the Edo Bay, where it would be quickly cured and served over packed vinegar seasoned rice. Only certain fish were consumed at this time because refrigerators weren't in existence yet. The first varieties of Edo mae sushi were also 3 times bigger than modern-day sushi slices. It was basically a gigantic rice ball with fish. As time went on, the portion sizes got smaller and smaller, and now we come to modern-day sushi, which includes raw fish over rice, inside-out rolls, and conveyor belt sushi. The invention of refrigeration in the 20th century changed the sushi scene forever. This is when raw fish slices over rice came onto the scene, and sushi morphed from simple street food into a high-end dining experience. Sushi soon began to spread globally, and in the 1960s, the United States came up with its own rendition, the inside-out roll, which was invented in Los Angeles. The entire history of sushi and its evolution over time has developed into a favorite food of people everywhere. Thank you for joining us today, and please check out our library resources where you can find a plethora of materials on how to make sushi and more.